Hey guys, my name is Melissa Villalobos, and today I will be talking about the globalization of Nike. So I'm going to start with the when and the where, Nike's development as a transnational corporation. Nike is the world's leading producer in athletic footwear, apparel, equipment, and accessories. So how did Nike originate? Well, Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight are the two entrepreneurs who envisioned and then created the popular brand that has globalized today. In 1971, the name Nike was established. It came from the Greek mythology and represents the goddess that personifies victory. Next, Bowerman and Knight selected the brand mark that is known worldwide today as the Nike swoosh. Then 2 years later, in 1979, Nike went public. In the picture, you can see the beautiful campus that was originally named Blue Ribbon Sport and is headquartered in Beaverton, Oregon. Next is the how Nike globalized into a TNC. So Nike was able to achieve globalization when Knight used a business plan that he had produced at Stanford Business School for the blueprint of Nike. It actually questioned if Japanese sports shoes could do to German sports shoes what Japanese cameras did to German cameras. So with that being said, Knight's next task was to establish connections with Japanese manufacturing companies. Once this became a reality, this meant that they would be able to capitalize from outsourcing to manufacturing plants in nations such as China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and so on. Today, Nike has been outsourcing its production and assembly of its commodities to more than 41 countries. Nike has also expanded their consumer target by mergers and acquisitions. They have acquired companies such as Adidas in 1997, Converse in 2003, and Reebok in 2004. It also acquired two companies that have helped them market online and collected demographic information on potential consumers. Next, to talk about endorsements, uh, one popular name such as Yeezy opted to endorse Nike. Yeezy created the boot. There was only 750 made, and it actually sold out in a record 1 second. Next, Michael Jordan is also an endorser who added features of air pockets in the soles of the shoes that he created for basketball. The air pockets were able to give an airlift effect on the basketball court. So this is a map about the globalization. Where are Nike products made? Well, taking a closer look, you can see Nike's global manufacturing footprint. And so these are the 42 countries, 612 factories, and 1 million workers who make the commodities come to life. So next we hit a touchy subject, the working condition of Nike's employees. But as you can see in these two photos, the working conditions on the main campus in Beaverton, Oregon are actually pretty plush and extravagant. So in Beaverton, Oregon, there's absolutely no assembling of any commodities whatsoever. All you will find there is simply the testing of products and where the marketing takes place. Uh, Nike did not want to invest in machinery because they felt that it would be too costly to upkeep. It would always need repairs, and simply they would have to pay somebody to run it. So on the Nike campus, you will also find state-of-the-art equipment and a gym for employees to use on their lunch breaks. Oh, as well as if you are an employee, you also have access to exclusive discounts on merchandise from the store located on campus. as well as your family. They get direct discounts too. There are 71,000 employees, and their median income is 25,000 a year, which is pretty decent because the rate of living in Oregon isn't too high. So now we will compare what we have just seen from the previous slide to this current one. And in underdeveloped countries, the working conditions just do not even come close to comparing to what we just seen on the other slide. Nike has outsourced its manufacturing and assembling of products to 42 countries, 612 factories, and 1 million plus workers, or should I say laborers. So shoes are assembled in the factories, and by the time a shoe is fully assembled, it will have actually passed through 120 pairs of hands. In the years, Nike has been accused of unsafe working conditions. Laborers are crammed into factories. They are breathing in harmful chemicals from glues and other pollutants. Workers are also forced to work long days with no breaks. One great example of the unfortunate inequalities is in the pay rate. In Vietnam, workers are only receiving 20 cents per hour. This is extremely devastating to a family, considering the fact that 3 meals a day can cost $2. So there is definitely an inequality between U.S. workers and workers in developing or underdeveloped regions. So I think that the most important factors that have shaped Nike are how two ordinary people, Knight and Bowerman, were able to take an idea, establish a brand, capitalize on it, and expand it to overseas. Their marketing strategies worked. They were able to gain mergers and acquisitions and endorsements, which helped them capitalize as well. And I think they're smart for maintaining marketing through social media avenues. That way they don't directly have to pay and come out of pocket for marketing. And so in conclusion, I think it just goes to show that ideas and concepts can be turned into capital. Global expansion can be reached. And unfortunately, there is still such a large gap in the inequalities that are being experienced by workers, actually in the United States and outside the United States. TNCs must be held accountable for keeping the gap in inequalities, but at the same time, I do believe that governments of underdeveloped countries need to take a stand as well and say enough is enough. Although we as consumers may be aware of the exploitation that is going on abroad, because we always want a bang for our buck, this race to the bottom will continue. Thank you.